When I first took over back in January of 2023, I made it a point to meet with Dr. Collaros, one of the first people that I met with outside of my own staffing, and we've met every month since then. And the collaboration has been absolutely fantastic with the schools. I've made friends over at the schools, at least I think they're friends. Over at the schools, I've been able to attend quite a few events with them. I was able to be in the district and the building for the Right to Read Week a couple of weeks ago to hang out with the fifth graders and the first graders for a little bit. I had a lot of fun there. I also want to thank the school district. This is not in my slides this morning, but for allowing us to use the soccer space next to the stadium over on Hurricane Alley. For many years, our soccer programs for our kids was over on Marquardt Park. The fields are great, but the parking over there is not the best, and our residents had to deal with a lot of extra traffic over there. So talk to Dr. Collaros about allowing us to potentially move our youth soccer over to Hurricane Alley, the space next to the football field. Very generous allowing us to do that. We partnered to regrass that area, and now that is our soccer area over there. So it's provided some much relief for the people over at Marquardt Park, and I know they're grateful for it. So just little issues like that that we're able to partner with, and of course pick up the phone and call when we have things. It's been really outstanding. I'm very much looking forward to graduation here in a couple of weeks. So Mary Jo, if you could switch it back over to the slides. Thank you so much for being here this morning. I really am honored to serve in this capacity and to present the state of the city. Really what you're going to see is the hard work that is reflected by the Brooklyn team. And we have a lot of outstanding people that work here. Really, Brooklyn is a thriving community. We have seen a lot accomplished here in the last quite a few years. And really many thanks to the employees, the city council. We've worked very, very well together. I'm very appreciative of the work that council has done. Pretty much any idea that I've had, I've been able to vet with council. And for the most part, they've been very supportive of the things that we wanted to do. We did an analysis a couple of years ago on all of our departments, did some additional hiring. And it really does take a team and a group effort to see those things accomplished. And so I'm very grateful for that. And as you'll see in today's presentation, Brooklyn is doing very well. We are actively pursuing a better quality of life for every single person in our community. We strive for that each and every day. So hopefully maybe you'll see that. If not, you'll hear about it through. So I apologize. Technology is great until it's not, right? So we'll take a brief look at what took place in 2024. Of course, Mary is here from there. We go. Mary is here from the library. Well, we had it there for a second. Mary is here from the library, but in November of last year, November 16th, we were able to have the ribbon cutting ceremony over at the library. It was cold that day, but it was a great event, and there were so many people that were there that put such hard work into that. And I've been to the library numerous times since then. I would encourage residents, if you have not been over there, please go see Mary and her outstanding team. And they're doing a great job over there. I know a big highlight is the new playground that's inside there. I have a 6-year-old son who has visited it numerous times and loves it. And I am kind of partial to the fireplace on the other side. All right, but it really is a highlight of our city. Dr. Collaros alluded to it a moment ago that the old library is now being transitioned into education space. And so we thank the library for the partnership with that. And really to have the library right across the street from the city center here is really making Memphis Avenue the central portion of the city of Brooklyn. And so that was obviously a huge highlight from last year. Of course, in our various departments, the public safety is the utmost importance in my administration. I've made that abundantly clear since the beginning. We've did a thorough analysis of all of our departments, but in the police and fire, that saw quite a few changes over the last couple of years. But throughout last year, we continue hiring additional police officers. We added brand new equipment and vehicles. We did hire a new clerk of courts, Rosa. She joined us this past year, and she is outstanding. If you've not met her, make sure you say hi. She's just right out these doors to your left as you walk out, and has really done a great job in our courts office, and of course, the new police equipment as well. We were able to partner with the federal government for some new police vehicles. We were able to receive some funding for those. Through Congressman Max Miller's office. And then last year, we applied through Senator Sherrod Brown's office. And we were put through the first round, but they don't vote on stuff anymore in D.C., it seems like. And so that's still sitting out there. But we appreciate the work that Congressman Miller did to allow us to get some of that new police equipment. On the fire side, I don't typically talk a lot about numbers when it comes to public safety, but I thought this number was incredible. Our firefighters and paramedics responded to almost 3,600 requests for service last year. And of course, my office sits right here on Memphis Avenue, and the police and fire are right here. And I hear them going up and down Memphis Avenue all the time. And our response times in the city are some of the best anywhere. When you call 911, an emergency personnel either from the police department or the fire department will be there in about 2 minutes, if not less than that. And our residents very much appreciate that, as do our businesses. And of course, not only do they get there quickly, they also do an outstanding work. Our fire department has an ISO rating of 2, and that means nothing to most of you in here unless you're in public safety or have a family member who is. But of the 2,000 fire departments in the state of Ohio, only 117 of them receive that rating. And I meet with the fire union every quarter just to have a labor management meeting, and they are already putting in place to try to get an ISO 1 rating next year. And I love the fact that they're always trying to improve. And of course, that just is advantageous to the quality of life to here in the city of Brooklyn. We also had some changes in our service department. We hired some additional personnel, able to purchase some new equipment with some grants there. You see the brand new garbage truck. I know, doesn't that look pretty? All right, going up and down our streets. And of course, we're very much striving to keep the city of Brooklyn beautiful. We partner with the Tree City USA. We've been part of that for over 40 years. And we continue to implement those tree planting and trimming as we go throughout our city. So again, just trying to provide a better quality of life for the people that live here in the city of Brooklyn. Some other community highlights, I could spend all day talking about what took place, but of course this is in collaboration with the schools as well. The city hosts Arbor Day. I get to hang out with the third graders from Brooklyn schools as well as St. Thomas More and Heritage Christian School for a little bit. We get our tree guy out there who hates talking in front of people, but he does a great job with it. We plant a couple of trees and just kind of teach children the importance of having them here. Recreational baseball, now I'm going to brag a little bit. This is my baseball team that I got to coach last year. And I've been able to coach for the last 3 seasons, Brooklyn baseball. And we won the championship last year. So very proud of our young men. My son plays on that team. But this year, recreational baseball is growing even more. We're actually going to have a couple of teams at each of the levels this year, which is outstanding. As Dr. Clare has talked about, getting the youth involved outside of the classroom is so important. And of course, that's what our rec center is all about. We have our annual trick or treat that kids and adults come to get free candy. It's a lot of fun. There's some kids with a couple of our police officers. Christmas lights, decorating contest that we have every year. The library opening, of course, highlight of the summer is the Memorial Day Parade. So just some highlights that took place here in the city last year. We also were pleased to add some new businesses to our community. Primarily on the east side of town is where we saw a lot of it. This past year, Aspen Dental opened up its doors right there on Bidoff Road, Bidoff and Ridge. New grocery outlet opened up in Ridge Park Square, Sarku Japan as well in Ridge Park Square. That DNR Playland is actually their second location. They opened up in Bidoff Plaza. Of course, we already mentioned the library opened up as well. Then Key Bank did not open up a new facility here, but they are really bringing a lot of people into the Key facility over on Tiedemann Road. They continue to populate that building. We see our numbers increasing over there. So not only do we have a strong community when it comes to individuals that live here, we also have a thriving business community. And really the income tax that is derived from these individuals that work in these places really is the backbone of the finances for our city. And so we have a very strong partnership with these businesses. I meet or speak with quarterly with some of the main top employers in our city, just to keep that relationship open and the conversation going. And so we're very blessed to have a very strong business community here as well. So that's kind of a look back at what took place in 2024. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on today, right? And of course, all this stuff is predicated on having funding to be able to do the things that we're doing. The city does have a very strong fund balance. As of the beginning of this year, we had just under $38 million in all of our funding. Of course, we're in a very strong position financially. Mr. Raguse and his team do an outstanding job of making sure that the city finances stay where they are. They won the Auditor States Award for the 5th time in the last 6 years. For 2024, we have a representative from the Auditor State's office here with us today. She was here to present that award a couple of weeks ago. And this award is only given to about 4% of the 6,000 entities that are eligible for it. So Mr. Raguse and his team do an outstanding job. We've been able to have a strong economic development fund. We've been able to set aside a rainy day fund, as well as set aside funds for the recreational expenditures that are taking place in the city this year. We were able to build this building. We did borrow for it, but we were able to secure interest rates at 1.75%, which of course saves the taxpayers a lot of money and not having to pay a lot of interest. And the city does hold very little debt, and that is by design. And we attempt to pay for all the things that are going on in our city with cash. And typically, if we don't have enough funding to do that, we will I'll move the project to a later time, but we have used debt here in recent years to accomplish some of the things that we were able to see, but it's been on a very limited basis. So what are the plans for 2025? Well, there's a lot going on. We have a lot planned. Right behind City Hall, next to City Hall, is our natatorium. We are doing a complete overhaul of that facility. It's a two-phase plan. The first one is to do the interior of the pool side as well as the exterior facade, and this is just a rendering of what the main entrance in the middle of that building will look like this year or into next year as that's completed. We're going to put a turn lane on Memphis Avenue onto Tiedemann. We're also doing a complete upgrade to Veterans Memorial Park. That work has already begun. This is a rendering of what the brand new pavilion up there will look like. It'll be a 3-season pavilion that'll be able to use even in colder months. It'll be heated on the inside, and it'll be a major upgrade to what we have there now. That entire park will be upgraded, and that project, as I mentioned, has already started. We are installing a new dog park here in the city of Brooklyn. If you have dogs, that appeals to you. If it doesn't, well, then you don't have to listen for the next 30 seconds or so. But this is one of the things that came out of our master plan that residents would like to see a dog park. We are going to install that next to the service garage. The work on that has already begun as well. We are also going to be doing a refresh of Brock Memorial Park, doing some right-of-way improvements along Brook Park Road. Of course, we'll have our annual paving program that we do every year. We're also going to be enhancing some of the city entrances. This is a rendering of what it will look like when you travel under the Lindale Bridge into Brooklyn. I'll be doing brand new landscaping over there, a new sign. And we'll also be doing something that'll show a picture here at the other end of our city as well. And then lastly, a new program that we're adding is we're reinstating the senior grass cutting program. And the city did away with this a number of years ago. And in conversations with our service director and council, we decided to bring that program back. And so 2025 will be the first time that our seniors are able to take advantage of that program. And at least a decade, I think, is the last time that we had that. So again, just trying to enhance the quality of life of residents here in the city. As we plan for the future, some exciting things that are taking place some of them will start this year, some of them a little bit later. But for the first time in nearly 30 years, the city of Brooklyn will be building new housing. There are 3 different locations in the city, 2 that are city-owned, 1 that's private, that'll be developed, and 60 brand new state-of-the-art townhomes that you see a rendering of there will be built in the city. They are already preparing to do that. That work will begin sometime this summer. We'll start seeing ground being moved and those going up. And again, this just allows for more options for our residents and for those that are looking for something different. Most of the houses in the city of Brooklyn were built in the 1950s and 1960s, and primarily outside of a couple of exceptions, that's kind of how the housing has stayed since that time, which is fine. That's fine. But we want to be able to offer more options. Putting these townhomes in will enable us to do that. There'll be 60 or so of them once they are all completed. Traffic calming has been a topic of conversation quite a bit over the last several years. It probably has been for forever. I've only been mayor for a couple of years. And so we've implemented a traffic calming policy, and we're going to start seeing some of that traffic calming being implemented throughout the city. This is another entrance. This is the entrance to our city that's actually on the corner of Ridge and Memphis. Some new landscaping there and a new sign will be going in this year or next year as well. And then the second phase of the natatorium upgrade, the first phase will be done in this year and next year. And then as we have the funding for it, we'll now then move outside. We'll be adding an additional leisure pool as well as a splash pad as funds allow to our recreation center. And again, those are all plans for the future. So a lot of this, practically everything that we've been doing over the last 3 or 4 years has been a direct result of our master plan that we partnered with the county back in 2020. And we just signed the contract with the Planning Commission, and we're going to be upgrading that plan. And that'll take place throughout this year with some new goals and new action items. Typically, plans are updated every 10 years. But Brooklyn has been able to see so much growth and so much improvement and leverage towards finishing that plan. In meeting with the Planning Commission, they highly recommended that we upgrade the plan so that it didn't become stale. And so we will begin that process in partnership with all the team members here in City Hall, of course, City Council. And so it's very exciting to see what we established back in 2020, all of those things coming to fruition, and now being able to upgrade that plan and see things moving forward. It just shows the strength of the city of Brooklyn, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. Another exciting thing that we just started here recently is I started a podcast. And I know it's joked that everyone has a podcast now. Well, now I have one too. And it's called Brooklyn, Ohio Today. And we started it, actually episode 7 just dropped this morning. And you can find it on all the podcast platforms. But the main purpose behind it was just to have active communication with residents, to be able to speak with them directly about topics of conversation that were going on. The police chief, Melky, is here. He was my first interview. I think that's episode 2. Dr. Collaros has been on it. All right, he was episode 3. I would want to highlight his episode. We talked a lot more in detail about the school levy, as well as some other issues that are important to the school district. And so you can go on any of the podcast platforms and listen to that. Also, the school board president, Kelly Krull, she will be on with me on April 30th. And that's the podcast that will take place right before the May 6th election. And we talk all about the levy and how it's important to the residents. This is a unique levy, and I won't go into that, but it's a unique levy. I would strongly encourage residents to support it. But this is just a way to talk to residents about what's going on in our city. We'll give some city updates at the beginning of the podcast. We'll have an interview portion where we talk to various people, what's going on in the city, and just, again, to keep residents informed. So if you like to listen to podcasts, they're only about 15 or 20 minutes long, so I would encourage you to take a listen to that. As we move forward into 2025 and beyond, a lot of things going on. I'm not going to go spend a lot of time on these, but we want to maintain the quality services that we provide here in our city. Brooklyn has been known for years for having quality services, and we want to continue to enhance that. We want to continue building stronger partnerships with our business community, as well as welcome new businesses into the city of Brooklyn. We want to continue doing our streets program. We have some of the best streets in the county. There's no question about that. That's not a knock on any of the cities around us. Ours are just better. And we continue to work on that with our engineer, with our team, and we'll continue doing that moving forward. Again, I already mentioned this, but the natatorium phase 2. We want to do some interchange improvements at I-480 and Ridge. Most people think that when you get off of I-480 that you're in Brooklyn. When you're heading west, you're not. You're in Cleveland. But we are in partnering with the city of Cleveland as well as ODOT to do some improvements on that exit ramp, just like we did over on Tiedemann and 480. It won't be quite to that extent, but we will be working with those two entities to get that area cleaned up over there and to further enhance those entrances into our city. Again, the traffic calming implementation will continue to take place throughout the city. We call this the Kingdom Trail. For those of you that live in Brooklyn, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those that don't, there's a piece of property that's located next to our fire station that the city owns. It's all wooded. We started to put trails in there a couple of years ago, and we're going to finish those trails in the coming years. And it'll be a beautiful space for our residents to be able to enjoy nature and walk around. And of course, to update our master plan moving forward as well. And then next year, America will celebrate its 250th birthday, and the city has some exciting things that we are in the planning stages of to celebrate with the rest of the country for America's 250th anniversary. And of course, it's not on this slide, but we also want to continue developing our relationship with the schools. I know it's been mentioned many times, but I appreciate Dr. Collaros. I appreciate the school board, the support they give to the city. We want to continue that collaboration. And yeah, there it is. There's the picture of Dr. Collaros and I before we did our interview there the other day. So the theme of Brooklyn is moving forward together, and that certainly is our goal. You know, a lot's been accomplished this year, a lot more that will take place and moving forward. We want to continue improving the quality of life for every single person that lives in our city. It truly is an honor, and I'm not just saying this to serve as the mayor of Brooklyn. I enjoy coming to work every day and to be able to try to make the lives of the people that live and work in our city much better. I want to thank all of the directors. I want to thank all of the employees, our city council, the businesses of our city, the residents who make up, and most importantly, the residents who make Brooklyn such a wonderful place to live. So thank you so much for being here today, Dr. Collaros. Thank you so much for joining us for this joint State of the City and the Schools. As he mentioned, we'll be over in the new old library space with a new education space for the school next year. So thank you so much for being here, for being a part of today's presentation. Thank you.